Background. All right, here's the first cook on the steelmade. Learning how this all works. Let me see if I can flip around the camera and you can take a look yourself. I shouldn't put my finger there. Oh, whatever. So there it is. We've got bacon on it. I will say there are definitely hot spots. And figuring out those hot spots is going to be interesting. It's not just hot spots on it. It's figuring out what each burner has to be at to get a good cook. But for the first try at this, it's not bad at all. You can see this bacon came from over here, where it really wasn't being cooked all that well. Probably because that's a smaller rear burner. So we got some onions on it now. They'll be taking up that bacon grease. And then after we get some eggs cooked, we'll make some pancakes. Now, if you don't have any other seasoning in your kitchen, this is the seasoning to have, because it works well for pretty much everything. I mean, basically it's garlic, salt, and pepper. So now they say you don't want your burner, or you shouldn't need to get your burners going over maybe a third most of the time. I feel like that may be a little different. I'll have to send them a message and see. I think it may be a little different because we have the ceramic top with the spacers. So I'm guessing maybe mine can be a little bit more. You can hear we got kids in the background playing Uno, I believe. See now right there, that bacon's crisping up very well right here. This tends to be the hot spot. Having a hard time getting this back corner hot, but playing with the burners, trying to figure out the right temperature. Now all this bacon grease in a second we will clean up with some eggs. That should be tasty. We'll see how the eggs do on here. There we go. Aber's been sitting in his high chair saying, "You making food? You making food?" So he's definitely ready to eat. This piece just got turned around a little bit, so it's just weird. That's the other thing. If you saw, as I kind of scrape off some of the residue of the bacon, I shifted the steel a little bit. I think, again, that's something that is probably more unique on the fact that we have it on the ceramic, since it has those spacers on the bottom, that it is just a little shifty at times. So I think that's going to have to be something we take a little care with. And I've been playing with the position of those spacers to try to figure that all out. Just getting the bits of bacon off. This guy's just not going to cook, is he? Yeah. What do you think, Abe? So let's see if we can get some temperatures here. So all right, it's saying about 300. So I'm not quite up to 300 there. Over here, I'm probably close to 400. No, 350. 350 right about there. Now they're saying I'm really hot right here right now. Could be because there's nothing on there. Let's just see. Aber wants me to take his temperature with the laser temperature thing. He likes getting shot with it. Yeah, shot with it. So there, yep, that is hot. So let's just see if we can. Yeah, it's hot, buddy. Hot. You ready to make some eggs? Yeah. And then what should we make after we make the eggs? We should make some pancakes? Yeah, I love pancakes. You love pancakes? Yeah. Yeah, me too. Pancakes are good. Yeah. That's good for now. All right.
I love pancakes.
I'm just gonna put the eggs on top.
I love
significant amount of grease in the backsplash?
We'll just like on the control panel.
Oh, the control panel. Yeah, that's probably from frying the bacon. So I will say that when I fry bacon in a pan, I think I get a similar.
Well, usually you just have one pan bacon going, so it's not quite.
Yeah, it's focused over here.
Yeah.
We're getting it over the entire backsplash. So I'm
Are you
going.
gonna just hook the egg stick straight on? You want one of those shields so they can like slam it in.
One of those shields.
That you got for the Blackstone. You know the.
Oh, the rings?
Yeah, the-
No, I think I'm just gonna. That's how I usually do it in the Blackstone. So yeah, the whole inspiration, I should note that. I didn't do a video of my first cook on the Blackstone, but the whole inspiration of this is we have loved the Blackstone so much. It was like, well, why can't we do this on the inside of our house? So that's what inspired us to look for a way to do that here. All right, they're cooking up decent. Yeah, they're cooking up them. What do you think, buddy? Look like good scrambled eggs? These are eggs. Now let's do the rest of them. And just because of the balance and the levelness of the stove here, it's all running to the back, which is great for me. With the Blackstone, well, the Blackstone runs to the back too, but the Blackstone has that rear grease catcher, which makes that a little difficult if you're trying to save your grease to cook on. I'm making what?
Do you want cheese?
I have cheese. If you want to grab it, there's some Cooper over there. Just give me a couple slices. Sitting out right there. So yeah, we're gonna put Cooper on this, which pretty much is the only cheese you should need for scrambled eggs. You could use others, but that's the only one you absolutely need. Cooper White American, sharp White American, is I think the definitively best American cheese. So Ella doesn't think it tastes very good by itself, but once melted, she's a big fan. So it does taste fine by itself. I'll put this in the sink for me. Just leave the bowl. Just put the. Yeah.
The bowl has.
I know it does. It'll cook. Ella's not sure about my egg technique because I'm going to put my my cooked eggs in with my. And now here's going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to put my cooked eggs. Sorry, I'm not completing the thought. Cooked eggs back in the same bowl that I had my raw eggs in because they'll be warm enough to cook the little bit of egg that's left. What's nice on the Blackstone, and we'll see what this looks like here real quick, is it's so well seasoned. And now this hasn't been well seasoned yet. We've just been seasoning it for the past, we seasoned it the one time when we warmed it up last night, and then whatever bacon's been on it here. So it's not like it's a well seasoned surface yet. But I'm going to take one of these hot spots, and what's nice in the Blackstone is you can pretty much throw a piece of cheese on it, and it'll start melting it and frying it, and you can just lift it off. So this isn't, for making a mess of scrambled eggs, that wasn't bad. I think once we get a better feel of the temperature control, I put cheese on it. Yeah, this is hot. Now I do have a lot of that on there. I'll just get some of my eggs off of that. And we can see that that's bubbling. Let's see how. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. That's nice. So we'll just melt our cheese that way. Put a couple in the bottom of the bowl, kiddo.
Like everything matches.
Yes, we have a Sophia that just got dressed. It's not easy for me to change the camera angle, or I'm sure I'd show you.
Okay.
No.
I can put her over the hot.
Yeah.
That's actually the idea.
Yeah. We have our safety lady here, Ella, who's like, nope, you're not putting the baby over the hot grill. And that's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. So this is looking good. I'm gonna throw some in when we do it. So just keep that. Look at that. That came together pretty nice, I think. So now throw that back in. There's cheese in the bottom. Then I'll melt the cheese. Throw a slice, Ella. We'll just layer some cheese in here. We've got that kind of cheese that was cooked on the griddle, which will be nice.
I don't have another one.
Ella's just slowing down the production here, not able to throw in cheese. There we go. There we go. You'll see her tiny little hands in here, which is amazing that tiny hands like that can actually, go ahead.
We have enough cheese.
Okay, Mom's saying enough cheese. Mom's saying enough cheese. So,
No more cheese.
I guess we can put up the cheese, Ella. Put up the cheese. So, amazing though that tiny little hands like that can play the piano so well. Alright, so now we're just going to clean off this surface in a second and whip up some pancakes. And then we'll see how those cook. Now, everybody knows, the first pancake is always the worst, right? It's a test pancake. It's like your first kid. You're just trying to see how it turns out.
That's horrible. What if you're the only?
What if you're the only pancake? Well, if you're the only pancake...
Daddy, you were first child.
Yeah, they're always just a little weird, I guess. So, Lucy is saying, of course, it's my weird child that is trying to put her hand in front of the camera lens right now. Not my first child, but my weird child, which for some reason Lucy turned into the weird one. So, stick the eggs.
Ella's very much stranger than me.
Okay, guys, stop putting your hand in front of that. Put the eggs in keep warm. We're actually going to turn on keep warm. And now...
I should do this in the video. It'd be so cool.
Oh well, actually, I forgot. I should have had this mixed up when I was finishing up the baking because it needs to take a couple minutes to rise. So I'll probably let. Well, this is probably going to be good too because this will let the. Am I going to use the butter, bud? Yes, we will use the butter. This will let the steel come back to heat. So. But I guess if you actually made it this far and you're watching and enjoying seeing us cook, let me know if this seems like something that you would want to do at your house. Lucy says yes. I don't know why, because it is at her house, so I'm not sure what she's trying to communicate there. But you can definitely see the parts that are darker. That's where those hot spots are. And that color, if you've not used something like this before, not used a Blackstone, the surface comes in this kind of steel color, what you would expect steel to be. But then as you cook on it, it gets dark like that, and that dark is the seasoning you're looking for. In the end, you want this thing to be completely black. In the steelmade handbook they give you, they call it the black magic, and I'm sure that's why Blackstone calls it Blackstone. It's because you're looking for that nice seasoning that then everything will come off of really nice. It's a great nonstick surface, and the truth is, I probably shouldn't be trying pancakes on this fast. In fact, I'm going to turn things down just a little bit because I tend to like my pancakes a little lower on the outside. Let's see how this thing's looking. was that, buddy? Clean off the spatula because this is my pancake spatula too. We'll clean those up later. All right. If you've got a Blackstone, or if you've got a griddle like this, what do you guys like cooking on it? Yep.
And
And the oil I'm going to use is going to be avocado oil,
the oil from the avocado.
which is a really transparent flavor. High smoke point.
Yep.
It works great.
So
I also do usually some butter, but I'm just going to try this for right now to see how well it cooks. We'll do the first one. Always a little bit weird.
the hot spots really are where the burn.
Yeah, the hot spots. If you can see, as you look at the steel, there's a burner here, there's a burner here, there's a burner here, there's a burner here. So you're obviously going to have those kind of hot spots. This is a little cool zone, but the thickness of the steel is supposed to help it get pretty even throughout. And this is looking pretty good right now. You can see the bubbles forming around the pancake. That's what you're looking for. You want the bubbles to come through. When they start bursting on the top, that tells you it's time to flip it. So we'll see. We can see they're starting to burst right there. So we'll see in a second. I think it probably needs a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little. You can even tell when you come right underneath it, like how flexible it is. And if it's really movable, then you only have a real thin surface that's cooked. You want it to move a little bit more as a whole unit. But look at that. Look at that. No problem sticking whatsoever. That's a decent looking pancake. Now I usually like a little different texture on the top, but that's kind of normal for a first one. So what I'll do is I'll put some butter on it now, and we'll cook up a bunch of pancakes. And then I'll say goodbye to you guys, and we're gonna eat.
Yep.
And a little underdone on these pancakes isn't bad. I know it's a little underdone on the inside because I'm gonna stick it in a keep warm oven. It's gonna cook the rest of the way. And now let's put some butter on this thing, and that'll actually brown the pancakes faster. We'll just bring that across the whole surface. This one I'm going to bring up a little bit because those back ones do need the help. You can actually feel a little resistance on there as the butter browns a little bit. Yeah. This, though, is one of the reasons why these griddles are so nice, is to be able just to do this many pancakes at once, or that much bacon at once, or all the eggs at once. Because without that, I'd be doing 4 pancakes at a time in a pan, waiting for them to cook, flipping them, throwing them in the oven, and it takes quite a bit of time. Here, being able to do this many at one time, even though I'm not going to do the whole batch of batter, is so time efficient. So for a family our size, this can be a very useful tool, which is why we were looking for one of these, because it's at this point a lot nicer to cook on the inside than it is outside in 30-degree weather, even though we still can, and I certainly have on a grill before. Check these right here. Yep, these looks like they're, yep. So we, look at that brown around the edge. That's kind of what we're looking for there. Yep. So this is obviously the cool spot. Lucy's critiquing my pancake making. So we're probably gonna, I should probably be doing them more like in that and avoiding the center and stop going across it. I go across in the Blackstone, but that was gonna take a little bit longer. But overall, I'd say pretty happy with this.
I need a plug.
Actually, take this one. Let's throw that up there. See how that does. That looks good. Overall, very happy with this. Maybe you should think about getting one. If you cook like this, you can see. Oh, there we go. There's a Sophia who is looking great in her hoodie, but not going to look at the camera because she's not going to do that. There she is. There's Sophia, all dressed nice by Lucy. There's Beulah, who loves her glasses. There's Clara. There's William yelling at me for some reason. Here's Mom. There's Aber. Somehow we missed Ella, who is hiding back there. We're going to have